Prince Harry's the Chief Impact Officer for Better Up, and staff don't really see what he brings to the table for his seven-figure salary, do they?
Prince Harry is caught in the eye of a media firestorm after news broke of a massive payout tied to his mental health advocacy. The figure? A staggering £1 million. But it's not just the money that's turning heads, it's how he earned it that has critics fuming and the public demanding answers. Outrage is mounting as people question whether the prince's high-profile role was more title than task. Accusations of hypocrisy are flying, with many saying Harry's message is being overshadowed by the money trail. Did Harry truly earn this paycheck, or is this just another example of celebrity privilege wrapped in good intentions? Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single twist in this royal roller coaster. Prince Harry is at the center of a growing controversy after reports revealed that he received a large paycheck, reportedly around £1 million, for his role at a mental health and coaching company. The news has sparked widespread attention and raised serious questions about his involvement and compensation. Now, this issue came to light when financial details from the company were made public, showing that Harry had been paid a significant amount for his position as Chief Impact Officer. The role was initially announced in 2021, with Harry joining the company in a senior-level position aimed at promoting mental fitness and emotional well-being.
Prince Harry will expand on all the work he has been doing for years as he educates communities and champions the importance of focusing on mental health and human potential worldwide. Prince Harry explains why he wants to be a part of the startup, saying, "I firmly believe that focusing on and prioritizing our mental fitness unlocks potential and opportunity that we never knew we had inside of us." He adds, "Being attuned with your mind and having a support structure around you are critical to finding your own version of peak performance. What I've learned in my own life is the power of transforming pain into purpose."
However, what started as a positive and seemingly purposeful collaboration has now become a public flashpoint. As more information about the money involved surfaced, people began to scrutinize the situation more closely. The size of the paycheck quickly became the focus, with many questioning whether it aligned with the expectations of someone working in the mental health space. Now, the timing of this news doesn't help either, especially coming after the controversy surrounding Harry and Meghan's multi-million-dollar Spotify deal, where they were criticized for monetizing their personal stories and royal secrets. That backlash was still fresh, and now this latest paycheck only adds fuel to the fire.
They're done with Spotify. They signed a 3-year, $20 million Spotify deal, and in that time, they produced 13 episodes of Meghan Markle's podcast. Basically $1.5 million an episode.
What does Meghan Markle think? She's the cast of Friends?
So it's just, it really is unbelievable. But like I said, the CEO said they're cracking down on overpaying and overinvesting.
Well, they better.
There's also rumors that their Netflix deal is in jeopardy. That one was rumored to be worth $100 million. It's almost to the point of impressive that they racked in all of this money for doing the absolute minimum amount of work.
It actually makes me sick. It actually makes me feel physically ill. I'm not kidding.
I know.
Well, they'll keep getting shunned if they do the docuseries.
I know.
The company that paid Prince Harry is called Better Up, a US-based mental health and life coaching startup founded in 2013. Better Up offers virtual coaching services aimed at helping individuals and employees improve their mental fitness, resilience, and overall well-being. The platform connects users with professional coaches and therapists through an app, and its clients include major global corporations. In March 2021, Better Up announced that Prince Harry had joined the company as its Chief Impact Officer.
Prince Harry says he's really excited to be starting a new job at a coaching and mental health business in California. The Duke of Sussex has been appointed Chief Impact Officer at Better Up, where he'll have input in a product strategy and charitable contributions. In a statement, Prince Harry said he was really excited to take up the role. The company has added the Duke to its team page, recognising him as a humanitarian, military veteran, mental wellness advocate, and environmentalist.
The announcement was big news at the time, positioning Harry as a high-profile figure bringing global attention to mental health. Better Up framed the move as a partnership, saying Harry would help shape product strategy, influence social mission, and promote mental fitness. BetterUp is a for-profit company and has received hundreds of millions in venture capital funding. It's backed by several big-name investors and has partnerships with companies like Hilton, Chevron, and NASA. With a valuation over $4 billion, it's not a small startup. It's a major player in the wellness tech space. Prince Harry's hiring was clearly strategic. Having a royal on the executive team added prestige and drew massive media coverage. For BetterUp, this meant more visibility, credibility, and possibly even more clients and investment. The company never publicly disclosed Harry's salary at the time of his appointment, but recent reports suggest the figure reached around £1 million, which is what sparked the current controversy.
He's a chief impact officer for BetterUp, and staff don't really see what he brings to the table for his seven-figure salary, do they?
Yes, unfortunately, without the protection of the royal family and the royal family massaging what the press knows about members of the royal family, unfortunately, you're really out there for the public to know you in your full glory. So basically, the company that Prince Harry is chief impact officer of BetterUp, which is a life coaching company, has just laid off about 100 employees, and a few of those employees are grumbling, asking, what this particular individual, Prince Harry in this case, is doing to justify his seven-figure salary when allegedly the company's cutting back on staff members for whatever reason.
While it's not uncommon for companies to pay celebrity figures large sums for brand alignment or symbolic leadership roles, the payment to Harry is now being viewed under a microscope because of the sensitive nature of the company's mission: mental health. So in short, BetterUp is the company that paid him. It's a private, for-profit tech business operating in the wellness space. And while their mission is tied to emotional well-being, they operate like any other business, scaling, raising capital, and attracting big names to boost their brand. Harry just happened to be one of the biggest names they could get.
There's more racial segregation, including now a kind of Aboriginal-only advisory parliament called The Voice, followed by a treaty.
But Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have been so clear. The form of constitutional recognition they are asking for is a voice. Not our sympathy, not a symbol, but a vehicle for progress, a practical tool to make their children's lives better. Not just something that will feel good, something that will do good.
Now, if you're in America, if you're in Canada or New Zealand, you're probably looking at that thinking, what on earth are you doing taking inspiration from us?
According to BetterUp and public information released at the time, Harry was expected to help with product strategy, social mission alignment, and mental fitness advocacy. But as reports about his compensation surfaced, attention turned to what he actually did to earn the money. From what's been gathered, Harry's duties appeared to be quite limited. He participated in a handful of virtual meetings, gave input during strategy sessions, and occasionally joined company events. He also took part in a few public-facing activities, such as recorded interviews, blog posts, and promotional videos related to mental health topics. He did not oversee any departments, manage teams, or take on a traditional executive role with measurable responsibilities. His contributions were described more as inspirational guidance and brand alignment rather than daily operational work. Essentially, his main role seemed to be lending his name, platform, and personal story to boost BetterUp's image and reach. Now, he had already spoken about mental health in so many interviews and encouraged others to seek help.
Stunning revelations from Prince Harry telling Oprah in their new Apple TV docuseries that he wants to be a better father than Prince Charles has been to him, and that his wife Meghan Markle encouraged him to seek therapy.
Only after meeting Meg did you start the process of trying to figure it out. You hadn't tried it before. No.
And I quickly established that if this relationship was going to work, that I was going to have to deal with my past, because there was anger there. And it wasn't anger at her, it was just anger.
In The Me You Can't See, Prince Harry says the royal family never discussed his mother, Princess Diana's death, avoidance that led him to drugs and alcohol.
While these appearances were meaningful to some, they were few and far between, especially when compared to a full-time executive schedule. Many people feel deeply uncomfortable with the idea of someone being paid such a massive sum for what appears to be minimal involvement in a mental health-focused role, especially when the public is already frustrated with Prince Harry for a long list of reasons.
What I would say is that the public sympathy is definitely not with Harry. I think people do understand that some rather fruity underhand tactics did used to take place in the British media, so people are aware of that. But the public sympathy for Prince Harry is at an all-time low, mainly because he essentially turned his back on Britain, slagged us off a lot on the way out as well, and has appeared to attack British culture and British people at every single opportunity since then, not least our royal family, the Queen in her final moments, Prince Philip in his final moments, and doing a flying visit for the coronation. So the view really is that Harry also cannot really be trusted. We had that tell-all interview with Oprah, which was basically an hour and a half of him crying into her bosom about a trust fund that wasn't big enough for him. That doesn't resonate well with your working man and woman on the street, does it? People don't particularly like Meghan Markle. There was all these lies about some kind of high-speed car chase in New York that was more Fast and Furious than Fast and Furious.
Mental health is a serious issue affecting millions of people around the world. Access to care is limited, therapy is expensive, and many struggle just to afford basic support. So when people hear that a public figure like Prince Harry was paid an eye-watering amount to simply advocate for mental wellness without any clinical training or heavy workload, it feels insulting to those on the front lines of the issue. Nurses, counselors, therapists, and even mental health workers often earn modest wages despite doing critical, life-saving work. Seeing someone walk away with £1 million payday for attending meetings and giving the occasional quote feels like a slap in the face. There's also frustration over the lack of transparency. BetterUp never disclosed how much Harry was being paid until it came out through reports. That secrecy only fueled more suspicion, making it seem like the company and Harry had something to hide.
I've got a little bit of experience with the broken home scenario, and I can tell you what, every second weekend I wasn't going from one palace to another. Again, his truth, his trauma, but does he have any concept that what it's like to come from a truly broken home? For people who don't have the same wealth and privilege, that when you are being bounced between parents, sometimes parents who might be particularly acrimonious, wasn't the case in my life, that it's really difficult. And for him to sort of say, oh, I got a bit of that in my mix too. I mean, again, it sort of speaks to the thing where he never turns around and puts a qualifier in here saying, look, I get it. My experience was better than most, but instead he just pretends that his was exactly the same as if it was two people in a council flat fighting over there.
For someone who has spoken passionately about trauma, grief, and mental health, many feel this looks more like a business move than a meaningful commitment. In short, this anger isn't just about the money, it's about what that money represents. To many, it symbolizes privilege, performative activism, and the commercialization of a cause that deserves sincerity, not celebrity branding. But what do you think? Is the backlash fair? Or is this just how things work when royalty meets the business world? Let us know in the comments below.